Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Not So Superman, and boy is it good to be back. I know I've been out of action for a while, but I've been busy with school and a lot of other stuff. As you guys know from my previous video, I recently transitioned into powerlifting from CrossFit. I know, ridiculous as it sounds, a CrossFitter going into powerlifting, not something you hear of every day, but it is what I'm doing. Now, I have focused my training in the past more towards endurance and completing more of a longer workout versus in powerlifting. What I'm doing now is focusing on that 1 rep max, focusing on giving everything you have and then resting as much as you possibly can before you attempt your next lift, and your heart rate stays relatively low the entire time. It has been a bit of a transition for me, I'm not gonna lie, because strength-wise I've never been as strong as a lot of other people my size. However, my endurance is where I excelled at. So transitioning into that strength factor is playing a big role for me. What you guys are about to see is a list of videos that I have prepared from my training that I've been doing for the past couple of weeks in preparation for this meet coming up here in May. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the video clips and I'm gonna voice record over it and show you guys exactly what I'm doing, explain the little things that I'm doing for training, and point out some of the common mistakes that I have personally done and caught myself doing, and some of the common mistakes I've seen a lot of other people make in the big 3 lifts. If you don't know what powerlifting is, essentially powerlifting and full strength powerlifting consists of a squat, a bench, and a deadlift. Those 3 big lifts, and you get about an hour to 2 hours depending on the size of the party there. And you're giving everything you have in that 1 rep. You have 3 attempts for each lift, meaning you get 3 attempts for your squat, you have 3 attempts for your bench, and 3 attempts for your deadlift. In raw powerlifting, you're not allowed to use any helping equipment besides a belt and knee sleeves and wrist wraps. So it's a little bit more technical than I'm used to, which is gonna be fun for me because if I'm getting judged strictly, that means I'm going to have to put everything I have into it, and once I get the lift, I know that I gave it everything I had. Coming from a CrossFit background, form has never really been a big issue for me. I know, typical CrossFitters have terrible form, but I've always excelled at form. My squat depth has always been good, my deadlifts have been good, and my bench press has been typically good. Most of the videos that you guys are going to see is going to be of me doing deadlift and bench press because my squat is typically the best thing as far as training goes. Now my bench press I've been trying to up because as a CrossFitter, I didn't really get a chance to do bench because we were so focused on lower body movements. So the squat and the deadlift is where I excel, and I've been working my deadlift in different positions, and you guys will see that. Thank you guys for staying loyal. My subscribers that are subscribed now and anybody else that's about to subscribe, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. I said subscribe like 5 times. Anyway, thank you for interacting with me. Thank you for keeping this channel going. It wouldn't be what it is without you guys. I know I've been out of the game. Again, I'm sorry for that. I've been doing school and a bunch of other stuff. Enjoy the video, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start it up. I'm going to voice over what I'm going to be doing, and in the end, you guys will see how far I've progressed.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna...
Alright guys, jumping right into it, what you guys are seeing here is a block press on bench press with 245. What the block press does is it eliminates the bottom portion of the movement, allowing you to essentially engage your triceps and the lockout portion of the bench press. Here you see me doing a deadlift, sumo style. It was part of my training program and I tried it, but I felt really weak sumo style. And for some reason it just wasn't something that I felt comfortable with. So I switched back to conventional style, and you can see this weight even noticeably went up a lot smoother than the sumo style, and I had a lot better lockout. And then here I have, this is 385 with the kilo plates on the power bar, and it went up really smooth. So I'm gonna stick with conventional. I might try sumo later. As an accessory movement for my core strengthening, I like to do box squats with the safety bar without any kind of belt or anything like that on. The only thing I will use is sleeves. What this does is essentially strengthen your core and get you ready for that receiving position in the deadlift, where you have to press out with your thoracic spine and push your stomach into the belt, allowing yourself to stabilize yourself and activate that abdomen to support the weight that you have on you. I definitely recommend this. Really, really good workout that you can do. Here is a video of my squat. And like I said, squat's always been kind of a good thing for me. I've always had really good depth, really good stability. The only thing that I have had a problem with in the past is my knees caving, but I think in my recent training I have fixed that. A lot of accessory work helped that out a lot. This is 325 pounds, just taking it for a spin for a triple. And as you guys will see here, the depth that I like to hit is definitely a little bit lower than what is recommended for powerlifting, but I like to make sure if I'm doing a movement, I'm doing it right. And so I focus on my form above all else. This is 325, and previously this was a 1 rep max for me a couple months ago, and now I hit it for 3, and it felt really, really good, surprisingly good. The next video you guys are going to see isn't so good. So this is an attempt at 245 pounds on the bench press, and as you guys can see, as soon as I started, my legs were shaky because I was not engaging my legs and using leg drive. And you guys can see I got it up, but it was all upper body. Here again, you can see that my feet are planted, but I'm not really engaging my quads. And this was the first attempt at 265 pounds, and you can see that I failed. Immediately after that, about 5 minutes later, I tried it again. And here I actually activated my legs a little bit, but my left side, as you guys can see, gave out. I did not want to give up. I refused to give up, so I went for it for a third time, resting 5 minutes in between each set. And I finally, after a grind, managed to get it up, as you guys can see here. That was a big accomplishment for me. And then the week after that, I focused on nothing but leg drive, and I was able to hit this weight, which was 205 pounds with the 60 pounds added extra in chains. And you can really see my legs are activated more, my core is more stable, and that weight moved a lot easier. What I'm doing here is a drop set, so I'm dropping the chains right after a heavy double, and then performing 6 reps as controlled as I can at 205 pounds. What this does is it overloads your chest. It essentially, if you guys know what a drop set is, that's what it is. You are dropping the weight, but maintaining the tempo without resting, overloading your chest muscles, getting them ready for a heavier weight. Right after that, I went into a 225 single with the 60-pound chains again for a 285-pound total. And this week, with the added leg drive, with using everything in my body, look at how smooth this is. So one of the most common mistakes that people do is definitely not activate their legs and plant their feet the right way. This was 265 for a block press, and where I messed up here is not driving my shoulders into the bench. When you drive your shoulders into the bench, you allow yourself a flat, stable position for your body to push off of. Here you can see that as I was not tight, the weight just went down and then dropped before it came back up. So that was not a clean rep at all. The second rep I had to really work for because my spotter is a good spotter. He knows exactly what he's doing. He literally made me push that weight up as far as I could. This is a 385-pound deadlift, which was previously my 1 rep max before I hit the 405 about 2 months ago. And working on my form, working on my hip angle, and working on my foot placement, I was able to get this up, but it went really, really slow. The big thing with deadlift for me is the hip hinge. You have to make sure that your butt does not go up before you engage your legs. The beginning portion of the deadlift, what you want to focus on is driving your feet as hard as you can into the ground and eliminating that butt flick. And then the last thing that you guys are going to see here is an axle bar deadlift. Now what this is a thick bar that works grip strength to the maximum. I did this without using any kind of wraps or straps to really engage my forearms and really engage my traps as I'm picking this weight up. I also did this from a deficit, as you guys can see, just to make it a little bit harder for myself. And here you guys have my training. Hopefully I'll do good in it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching my videos and supporting me. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe down to my Instagram. It'll be in the link below in the description. And as always, guys, if you like what you see, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't, tell a friend.